Welcome to another cooking video. And today we're going to be doing chicken quesadillas. You know, the classic staple, folded chicken and cheese in a tortilla, halfway tortilla. And it's simply goodness. You know, you get them at Taco Bell all the time or any other taco shops. They always slap, they always taste good. And it's not too difficult of a meal to make at home. I'm going to show you here. It's relatively simple, and you got good protein, you got good carbs, you got everything like that, and it's super tasty. So just more of a breakdown on this. This is part of my kind of staying fit without a gym membership video series, because basically since August 31st, I've been without a gym membership after going for a long time. And we're just doing a trial period of me making my own meals, doing cardio outside, kind of doing exercises at home as well to keep the muscles fit and the body fit in general. And the whole part of that is, you know, having the right protein, carbs, like I said, micronutrients, minerals, vitamins, but you always don't want to have the typical insert line from movie star that's training for a AAA movie. Well, I just eat chicken, broccoli, and rice 3 times per day, and drink water and a whey protein shake, and that's how I stay like super good shape. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of more realistic. You know, you're allowed to have a chicken quesadilla, a couple chicken quesadillas, maybe some tortilla chips on the side too, and you could still stay in shape. So that's what this recipe video is all about. It's going to be raw. It's going to be uncut. I might edit it later for a more condensed chicken quesadilla video, but that's what this is. It's just me in the kitchen, being raw, cooking, talking, chatting, and showing how it is, the whole prep and cooking and everything like that. So please like the video because it goes a long way and I appreciate it a lot. Helps with the algorithm, motivates me. You could even dislike the video too if you truly dislike it. That's cool as well. All interaction is welcomed. And yeah, drop a message in the comments of what you think of the recipe. If you also love chicken quesadillas, I think if you're a normal, sane individual, you'll like chicken quesadillas. You know, I would think that's a sanity check basically. And yeah, that's it. I don't do these cooking videos super often, but I do cook super often at home. And let's get started. So basically what you need for this recipe is the first thing that's defrosted in my sink is chicken. I'm using chicken thighs. So those are the chicken thighs. You need tortillas. These are the tortillas here. I got them from Walmart. Pretty simple ones. White tortillas. You can use whole wheat if you want as well, like whatever's clever. I got the shredded Mexican black diamond cheese. Now again, you could buy the block. I have a cheese grater. I've done it before, but you grate the cheese as well. I believe that's more economic, and some people just prefer that, but I was feeling kind of lazy, and sometimes I just like the shredded cheese because you could pop it in your mouth, or you can have those tortilla chips I mentioned before, sprinkle on those, throw it in the microwave or in the oven for a little bit, and you got, you know, your own nachos, pub nachos at home. You know what I'm saying? So that's the shredded cheese. We got sour cream as well for the, you know, for the dip on the side after. Old de Paso red salsa, the classic. And I got this salsa verde, the green salsa, Taco Bell, also from Walmart too. So should be interesting. This is sealed, so it'll be my first time trying it. You got a red onion to cut up because I like having a red onion between the, like with the chicken and the cheese mixed up, like in the quesadilla. Gives it a bit more punch and flavor, so I like the red onion. Usually a chicken quesadilla is just chicken, cheese, and the tortilla wrapped nice and crispy. But I like the red onion. It gives it a bit more taste, man. And this is the chicken quesadilla powder we'll be using. You mix this stuff with water. I'm pretty sure you know if you made tacos and things like that before. You basically mix this pack with like a quarter cup or half a cup of water. Stir it up, and then while the chicken is cooking in the pan, you mix this up, and it kind of coagulates. It gets thicker, and it gives the chicken, that chicken quesadilla flavor. You can use the taco one. You can use the burrito one. They're kind of all interchangeable, I would say, but I kind of like the chicken quesadilla one. One of the best, I would say. This one tastes really good. So there's that, the chicken quesadilla mix. So first step I'm going to do, I'm going to take this pan right here, this small pan. I'm going to show you every step, so I'm going to do the angles. So I'm going to take this small pan here, and we're going to basically heat it up. So I got it over here. Boom. I'm putting it on number 6. That's Ciez. For doing multilingual. My Spanish is not good, so I won't be doing this video in Spanish. But yeah, put it on number 6 or medium high for the burner. Let that get nice and heated up as we're going to start prepping the chicken now. So I'll show you the chicken. I'm just gonna wash it off with water here because it's been thawing from the freezer pretty much. So just gonna give it a quick rinse. Sorry if some of the things aren't in the camera angle, but I'll get the main stuff in the camera angle. Chicken washed off. So this is 2 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. In terms of like the protein, I'm not too sure, but 2 boneless average chicken thighs. We could Google that in Google and see the protein and stuff value. I could pop it up on screen right here. I'm not going to weigh these out, but I'm just going to take an average because they're like kind of average size chicken thighs. You know what I mean? So I'm going to leave the tap running because I'm going to be constantly washing my hands. Hopefully the audio sounds okay there. So we got the chicken thighs here. I'm going to grab a knife. Michael Myers style. It is almost October and it's almost fall. So the French knife, the Michael Myers special. Basically with the chicken, what you're going to be doing, let me angle the camera down a bit so you can see better. Yeah, this is an uncut live production, so it's non-edited, but you're going to get the true experience of being in the kitchen here. So right here, we're going to cut the chicken into very small kind of strips. We're going to cut it into small strips like this. Boom, boom, boom. Same with this one, small strips. Boom, 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 boom. Then after the chickens are in small strips like that, you basically take those small strips and start cutting them into little pieces. You could call them cubes, you could call them whatever. They're basically little pieces. In my opinion, the smaller the pieces, the more easy you're going to get a fold in your quesadilla. If the pieces are too big, then I find that it's harder to get the cheese to stick together in the tortilla when you put it in the pan. So you want these pieces kind of as small as possible, but also you don't, I don't know, don't like stress yourself out trying to make them like micro pieces of chicken. I'll leave a few of examples on the pen, the cutting board of what I'm talking about here. Okay. So hold on. They're like little cubes, basically. Hold on, before I touch my phone and stuff, I want to do that. So they're like that, okay? You see that? Like these pieces here? You want the pieces to be like small like that, so that way you have a better chance of the tortilla sticking together with the cheese. If the pieces are like friggin' huge, like there's going to be less surface area for the cheese to get in between and the stickiness to happen in very scientific terms. Okay, so that's that. Make sure your hands are clean. Okay, so boom, we're gonna angle this mama jamma back up. Boom, boom. There we go. How's the angle there? Is that angle okay for the pan? I think it is, yeah. So this is the pan, it's getting heated up. Probably pretty hot from all the talking and chopping. So we're gonna sprinkle in some olive oil, like so. See the olive oil in there, like that. Okay. Then boom, we're gonna take the chicken and put it in. Now if it starts splashing like crazy, you could turn, I was gonna say turn the volume. You could turn the heat down on the pan if it's like splashing and attacking you with oil. You could tame the beast by turning it lower and lifting the pan up to mitigate the heat. Because we all been there, believe me. Okay, so next step is I'm gonna grab some tongs right here, and I'm gonna start tossing and turning the chicken. Okay. So now the chicken is starting to cook, as you could see. Hopefully the angle is okay. I can angle it down more. I feel like this tripod's resisting me. Resistance is futile. Okay, so there we go. I think that should be a closer angle. So here we go. We got that nice sizzle going. I can even turn up the heat even more. So basically, you're going to be tossing and turning the chicken here. Now you could use chicken breast. You could use whatever you want. I like the chicken thighs because they have a bit more moisture and a bit more moisture, and they're not so dry basically. And the protein content is still good. Maybe the protein content is higher in chicken breast. I'm not too sure because you always hear like gym bros, they're lifting like the weights and like getting super jacked. They're like, yeah, I ate my couple chicken breasts for the day, brother. What'd you eat? I was like, oh, chicken thighs. What? But I mean, chicken thighs are absolutely fine, and they're more tasty than the breasts in my opinion. Chicken, that is. So, anyways, you're gonna be cooking this, and as it's cooking, you're gonna get a bit more of the fat coming out in the pan. I like to drain that out at the end. You could mix it in with the quesadilla mix, but personally, I like to just keep it drained and then have the chicken more drier but still moist, if that makes sense. And then you mix in the quesadilla powder, the old apostle stuff with the water, and it binds together. It also binds together easier. It says on the pack you should drain the chicken before you add the quesadilla mix, basically. So as you can see, this is a pretty easy meal to make. I was gonna say, as that's cooking, I should chop up the red onion. I should have chopped up the red onion before because now my cutting board is tainted with chicken juice or whatever. So I kind of messed up that step. But I have another cutting board, so it's all good. Fresh cutting board right here. Boom. So we're gonna multitask here, okay? If we could get a wide angle of the chicken and that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna dice some red onion very fine because I told you I like the red onion with the chicken and the cheese. Fresh Michael Myers knife that's not infected with chickens. So boom, I cut a slice like that. Take off the skin. You can see this right, hopefully. Then just very fine, because like the chicken, you want the cheese to have enough surface area to get cheesy. You know what I'm saying? So you want to cut this very fine. This cutting board is moving. It's not. You know when the cutting board kind of bends over time and it doesn't stay completely straight? That's what's happening. There you go. Boom. So that's easy. Chicken is pretty much cooked. I'll show you how I cut the onions here. So I dice the onions just like that. Very, very fine, as you can see. Very fine diced onions. Okay. So also as that's happening, I like to heat up the quesadilla pan as well to get it preheated. So I'm going to preheat this on number 4, this big non-stick pan over here. I'm gonna put on number 5, medium. Okay. I'm also gonna put the chicken on number 5 just to tame it a little bit as we get the quesadilla mix here. So very simple. We tear this off like that, and then we get some water. Get one of these Pyrex things. Get some water, cold water. I like to start off with like about a third of water. I don't know if you could see that, but if it's level, it's about 1/3 of water. 1/3 of water, okay? So basically what we do is this is how the science works. The Old de Paso quesadilla powder, pour. Pour the powder, then you grab a fork or spoon, whatever, and you just stir it like this, okay? Just like this. And it makes this very like kind of thick, spiced, smelled good water thing. There you go. So that's that. You could always add in more water later, but I think that's pretty good. So that worked out just to be like just under half a cup of water with the stuff in there. So now what we're gonna do with this chicken, I'm gonna turn it back up to number 6, and we're gonna drain the chicken. I'm gonna show you how to drain the chicken because this is a pretty crucial step. So as you can see, the chicken is there, and you see how it has all this. See how all that grease slash fat is moving. So I have this this lid here I could use. Hold the lid on top like that, and then turn. Hold it to the edge, leaving a little crevice for the water to drip out. Well, not the water, the grease slash fat. So a drip. I'm not sure if the camera is catching that. I'm focusing on the drip. Should be catching it. Drip. Turn it all the way. have a tight grip. And there you go. So now it's nice and dry. And then we're going to go back over here. Boom. Like that. The camera's kind of tipping over. Go back like that over here. Okay. Put this on here. I'm going to tilt the camera back up. Like so. Boom. Boom. Okay, so now we got the chicken on here. It's getting hot again. That's getting hot as well. So then you take your quesadilla mix here and just pour it in like so. Just like that. Okay. Then once you pour the quesadilla mix in, I have it turned up to 7 because pretty soon this is going to start bubbling. All of this over here, this mix here, you're going to see the water start bubbling and it's going to start getting thicker and it's going to start coagulating. And then it'll start coating the chicken as well. You know what I mean? So that's how that's going to be. See, like if I put like half a cup of water in there, it could have been like too much. You know what I mean? Because basically, the more water you put in that, like quesadilla powder to water ratio, it's going to take longer to evaporate in the pan, basically. So I don't like to put too much because I like it to evaporate quicker and have a more potent taste as well. So, you know, if you put water in something, whatever, if it's soda, you know, drinks or, you know, sauce or anything, it's going to water it down. So it's going to be less potent in terms of taste. So I want the taste to be more potent and also the cooking time to be quicker as well. So that's why I put less water when I do the mixing. So here you go. It's not a very like hard recipe again. You could just basically watch it. If you're a bit late, like you see there, I was talking, it started bubbling. I could have been talking like 30 seconds more and it could be bubbling more. And then, oh, you catch it. And then it's very like, this is a very simple meal, I would say, to make, but it's a very tasty, excuse me, it's a very tasty meal as well. You gonna sneeze? Excuse me. So we got the red onion here. I'm gonna put it away. So you could do other stuff as you're eyeing your chicken here. That's wrapped up. Pan's getting nice and hot. Ready for the chicken, the tortilla part. So you see here, it's getting thicker. I'm gonna just bring you closer like this. It's easier. You still hear my voice, so see how it's bubbling? I'm not sure if you could hear the bubbling, but you could see it bubbling. So that sauce is getting thicker and it's basically, you know, joining the flavor of the chicken. The chicken's going to taste bomb.com basically. It's going to taste like a chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell in the comfort of your own home, and you could just make it yourself. And it's like more authentic and all that good stuff. You can put whatever you want on it, and it'll be hot and fresh, so to speak, you know? So we're going to leave that cooking a little bit. I adjust the camera. So I'm just getting my red onion ready here. So basically this clean cutting board over here that I prepped the onions with, that's what I'm going to use to like, you know, cut the quesadilla and stuff after. I'll show you after when it comes to that step. That's getting really hot. Want to make sure you're catching this. You can see that, right? So again, this is pretty quick. I think another 2 minutes and this will be ready. Like basically the chicken is cooked already. Like in this state here, the chicken is cooked. It's just that the sauce, the quesadilla sauce now is more thick. If you want the quesadilla sauce less thick, then you leave it on the heat longer and you stir it more, so it gets soaked up and evaporated, right? This is like a meal that I learned like back in the early days of high school to make. Tacos, anyways. I don't know about the quesadilla to be honest, because even like back in high school, I felt like the quesadilla aspect, like the final step you're gonna see, like of putting the tortilla on the pan, and then getting the cheese on there and the chicken, folding it up. It's like you're checking to see when it's crispy, but you don't want it to break apart. You want everything to get stuck together. I think that's probably the hardest process of everything, but once you do enough repetitions, it's not that hard. It's not that bad. We'll leave this for like literally another 2 minutes, and believe me, if you keep this on medium high, it's not gonna really burn if you're stirring like every 2 minutes or so, because there's like so much sauce, quesadilla sauce now, and stuff like that, where it'll bubble. You could do whatever, clean up around the kitchen and all that stuff, and just do your thing. That's what you could do. But yeah, it's a pretty easy meal to make. This is getting really hot, so maybe I might have turned this on like too early. So that's something else you have to monitor. Because for me, like how the chicken quesadilla is at Taco Bell, for example, I like how it's like not too crispy and burnt. Well, sometimes it does come out too floppy and soft, let's be honest, depending on the Taco Bell you go to. But usually, if it's in between that crunchy and soft middle ground kind of texture, so to speak, like that slaps, that's really good. Anyways, this looks like it's yeah, leave it a bit more. Yeah, I'll show you. It's really coagulated. See that there? How thick that sauce is? It's really coagulated. So we could spin it. Oh yeah, that's done. That is done. That's done. So we could turn the burner off. We'll turn the burner off, keep it hot, so to speak. If it gets too hot and it starts burning the chicken or getting it too dry, then that's when we'll just move it to another burner that's not on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me angle that down. So now here comes the crucial steps of putting the tortilla on the hot pan. So here we go. White tortillas right here. Casa Mendoza's. Cheap plug. So what I like to do, I like to get a feel of the tortilla, put it on here, get it nice and hot. It's like, oh yeah, that could be way hotter. Go like that. I'm basically just I'm warming the tortilla up in this step, and also getting a feel of how hot things are going to get. Like trying to get my crispy texture ratio timed out by doing this process. Now be careful, of course, in the kitchen. Don't burn yourself. Take it easy, step by step. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a method that I've developed over the years, basically, to you know, make a quesadilla that I like. So you'll see this quesadilla is a bit long. It's not a perfect circle. It's kind of like longer, so we're gonna probably fold it something like that, the long way. We're gonna use it like, see how it's more vertical here? We're gonna probably fold it like that after. Okay, so that's pretty hot, man. So what I'm gonna do to make it get more crispy is use this Pam, the magical spray they called Pam. It's been around a long time. So we're gonna use that. Get that nice and thing like that. You could use the olive oil too, whatever you want. I'm just using Pam. So we got that. Then we take our Mexican cheese, our Mexican shredded cheese, and we go on one side, okay? This is on one side. So you got to use your eyes. What do you think 50% is? This whole thing is 100%, this long thing, and I'm on one side, kind of like a half moon, using all the cheese. You know what I mean? So I'll show you an example. So like that, see? 100%, imaginary line is here for 50. So one side you're putting all the cheese, you get it? Make a little sense, eh? Okay, and then you take your hot and ready chicken here and you start putting that on too. Again, you spread it out. Okay? You spread the surface area like so. Ooh, it's thunder outside. Perfect night to watch Child's Play Part 3. Chucky's back. So again, this isn't perfect, guys, but that's like that, okay? See, half. And it's already getting crispy. I already checked the bottom. So now this step, what you do, you fold like this. Oh, I forgot one step. Sorry. Before you fold like that, you put more cheese on top. Well, the problem is I'm talking and it's cooking fast. So you put more cheese on top, like that. Okay, boom. I'm going to show you real quick. See, I put cheese on top of that half of the thing. Then you lift this, you go like that, and you press. You could press with a spatula or something. I'm kind of old school, so I'm pressing with my hands. Boom, like that. And it's going to start sticking together, okay? If stuff pours out on the side, that's okay. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we got that. Make sense? And then for this step, you could use a spatula to check the bottom to see the crispiness factor. Sorry if I hit the mic there. So you can move this around. This is a big pan, so I can move this around. So basically, I could check like this. You know what I mean? I could go like this and check. Now it depends how you like it. Like some people like it more crispy. They like it like dark brown. I like mine in between. So I like mine kind of light brown, a little bit crispy, still a little bit soft. You know, that middle ground. It's a tough texture to nail. But even if you flip it too early, you could always flip it back again to get the texture you want. You know what I mean? So boom, just like that. And that's pretty good. That's a medium brown, I would say. And I'll show you. That might be a little bit darker than I like it usually, but that's it right there. Okay? It's still pretty good. So again, if you need to coat the pan again, you can. You just go like that. You spin it around like so. Boom, boom. Bob's your uncle. Then I find it much easier to check because this top part already, it's already sticky. It's already sticky, so it's already good. You know what I mean? So you could don't be too rough with it, but you can move it around and you could feel like more free because if you put enough cheese and if you put the ratio of the cheese on each side and the chicken is small enough cut, basically if those chicken pieces are cut small enough, then everything should have an easier time to stick together. I just remembered that I forgot to put the onion, but I'll do that on the next one off camera. But that's how it is. It's hard to remember everything when you're demonstrating and cooking on camera. You know what I mean? So there you go. There's the other side, a bit more soft, how I like it. I could turn the burner up a little bit to number 5, but there you go. So that's a chicken quesadilla, basically. Hands are slippery from the pan. So see how cheesy that is? I don't know. I'll show it on the cutting board when I have it. I don't want to pull it apart and ruin it, but let me twist again. Check the filming. 37 minutes. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Again, without the talking, without the narration, if you're just zoned in, you know, like, Chef Mendoza over here, Casa Mendoza, Chef Mendoza, if you're just boom, 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 doing your thing, quick, not even talking to a camera or explaining things, you could do this meal in like friggin', I don't know, 20 minutes or something like that. Okay? So I think this is done. Let me check. Oh yeah, that's crispy. Yeah, that's crispy. That's done. So there you go. Transfer it quickly like that onto the pan, onto the cutting board, I should say, not pan. Over here. I'll bring you down over here. So there's the red onions I didn't use, but I could always sneak those in after if you want. But I'll show you. Let's show you. See? Boom. There it is. I'm going to actually sneak some of these in real quick. Just because. You don't have to do that, by the way. But I'm going to do it. So there you go. So that right there is a chicken quesadilla made from scratch. See, you could hold it together, boom, like that. And you could basically, you could just eat the thing just like that if you wanted to, but I'm going to cut it into the Taco Bell, what is it? Do they do triples or do they do quadruples? I don't know. But we're going to do something, okay? I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do it on the fly. We're doing it live! So basically, what I like to do here, take the knife, you cut like this down the middle, like so. Boom. Cut down the middle like that, like so, then see, boom. You got that right there. Got this right there as well. So that's 2 big pieces right there. So that's good enough. You could cut more if you want to. Like you could cut another way to make it even more pieces if you want to do portion control or whatever, but that's basically it right there. I know the video was a bit uncut and raw and crazy, so to speak, but that's how it is when you're filming these videos. I hope you enjoyed it. That is basically the chicken quesadilla. Again, we're going to get some sour cream and the Taco Bell salsa verde on the side as well. And I also have these Tostitos hint of lime chips. If you haven't tried them, they freaking slap. They're really damn good. We're going to have some of those too. And that was pretty much it. So that was the chicken quesadilla recipe from start to finish. Please like the video. Let me know. Comment what you think about it. And that's pretty much it for the cooking video of the chicken quesadillas, and also part of the staying fit without a gym membership challenge. We're pretty much on like day 20 or something now, right? So we're getting pretty far out there. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it a lot. You take care, and I'll catch you all on the next cooking video. Peace out. See ya.